I'm Ethan Crawford, 26 years old, and I built my gaming rig 3 years ago from scratch. It took me 4 months of obsessive research, penny pinching, and hunting down every single component during the worst hardware shortage in history. RTX 3080 when they were selling for double MSRP and you had to camp stock alert Discord servers at 3 a.m. Ryzen 9 5900X that I managed to snag during a 5-minute restock window. 32GB Corsair Vengeance RAM, a custom water cooling loop that I designed myself after watching probably 200 hours of tutorials, custom sleeved cables in midnight blue and silver that I spent 2 weekends making by hand. The entire build cost me $3,200 in components alone, not counting the hundreds of hours I invested. It wasn't just for entertainment. I'm a software developer working remote for a fintech company. That machine runs my entire professional life. Code compilation, multiple virtual machines, Docker containers, stress testing, rendering documentation videos. It's literally how I earn my living. Without it, I'm dead in the water. My girlfriend Madison, everyone calls her Maddie, is 24. We've been together for 2 years, moved in together 6 months ago when her previous roommate situation fell apart. We split everything 50-50ths on rent and utilities. She works as a social media marketing coordinator at a boutique agency downtown, but she's constantly obsessed with her personal Instagram and TikTok presence. She has maybe 2,000 followers across both platforms combined. Every single day it's the same conversation about going viral, becoming a full-time content creator, quitting her soul-crushing corporate job to make sponsored posts her career. I came home from the gym around 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. Walked into my office space in our second bedroom. My rig was annihilated. Tower laying on its side, tempered glass panel shattered into glittering fragments across my desk, components scattered like someone had detonated a bomb inside the case. Water cooling liquid everywhere, that distinctive blue fluid I'd carefully chosen dripping down my desk, pooling on my keyboard, creating a small waterfall onto my chair and the hardwood floor below. The GPU was bent at a sickening angle, one of the power connectors literally snapped off. Motherboard had visible scorch marks and what looked like intentional scratches. RAM sticks were just lying there among the carnage. The custom water cooling loop that had taken me 3 weekends of careful planning, measuring, bending, and installing was just destroyed, tubes cut, reservoir cracked open. Madison was standing in the doorway holding her phone in filming mode, that ring light attachment she bought on Amazon making her face glow. She was grinning. Actually grinning like she'd just won the lottery. Surprise, baby. Her voice had that fake enthusiasm YouTubers use. I couldn't even process what I was seeing. Just stood there with my gym bag still on my shoulder, staring at 3 years of careful maintenance and pride obliterated. It's a prank for my channel. She was still filming, circling to get my face from different angles. Oh my God, your expression right now is absolutely perfect. This is going to blow up. We're talking millions of views. I looked at the destruction. At her. Back at the scattered components that I'd researched individually, saved for specifically, installed with my own hands. You destroyed my computer. It's a prank, babe. Relax. She was actually laughing, this high-pitched giggle. I'll help you clean it up. It'll be fine. We can put it back together. It's not that serious. This is $3,000. She waved her hand dismissively, still filming. Oh, come on. It's just a computer. You're way too obsessed with it anyway. Maybe this is actually good for you. You can finally touch grass for once. Go outside. Live a little. This is my work computer. I need this for my job. You have that laptop. She gestured vaguely toward my 2019 MacBook that I use for emails and video calls. You'll be fine. Stop being so dramatic. Come on, don't be boring. React more. Give me something. This is content gold. I looked at her for a long moment. Really looked at her. At this person I'd been sharing my life with for 2 years. You need to leave. Her smile faltered, confusion replacing excitement. What? Go stay somewhere else for a few days. Are you serious right now? It's a joke. A prank. That's what couples do. You destroyed $3,000 of my property for a video that might get you 100 views. I need you to leave before I say something I'll regret. This is my apartment too. You can't just kick me out over nothing. I'm not kicking you out. I'm asking you to give me space before I lose my temper. Go to Brooke's place. Stay there for a few days. Oh my God, you're such a baby. She finally lowered her phone, her face twisting with contempt. It's a toy. Grow up. This is exactly why I made this video. You need to get your priorities straight. It's just stuff. Material possessions. Meanwhile, you can't even appreciate that I'm trying to build something here. Leave. Now. Something in my voice must have registered because she grabbed her designer crossbody bag and stormed out. Slammed the door so hard that my framed degree rattled on the wall. I sat down on the floor next to my destroyed rig. Just sat there staring at it. 3 years of careful cable management. Months of research on optimal fan curves. The satisfaction of building something myself, of understanding every single component, of the pride when it posted successfully on first boot. Gone. Destroyed. Because she wanted TikTok views. Then I noticed her closet door was standing open. Her handbag collection was visible on the custom shelving unit she'd made me install 2 months ago. She had 8 bags total. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, Coach, Chanel. She treated them like they were sacred religious artifacts. Posted about them constantly. Treated myself to this beauty. Saved up for 3 months for this gorgeous piece. Investment pieces never go out of style. Always bragging about them. Always photographing them in different lighting. Always researching their resale values and talking about how they appreciate over time. I pulled out my phone and started researching authentication and resale values. Louis Vuitton Neverfull in monogram, she paid $1,400 2 years ago. Current resale value approximately $900 to $1,100. Gucci Marmont in black leather, she paid $2,200. Resale maybe $1,300 to $1,500. Prada Galleria in Saffiano leather, she paid $2,400. Resale probably $1,500 to $1,700. Chanel Classic Flap in medium, she paid $3,200. Resale easily $2,400 to $2,800. Coach Tabby in leather, maybe $300 resale. The others were in similar price ranges. I found a luxury consignment store downtown called Refined Resale that specializes in authenticated designer goods. They take a 30% commission but pay immediately in cash or check, same day, no waiting for buyers. I started loading bags into my car. All 8 of them. Every single one. Each bag she'd carefully stored in its dust bag, with its authentication cards, with its original packaging when she had it. I took everything. The woman at the consignment store, this elegant lady in her 50s named Patricia, examined each bag with the intensity of a jeweler inspecting diamonds. Checked authenticity markers, inspected stitching, examined hardware, verified serial numbers against brand databases, used her loupe to check leather grain patterns. She made detailed offers on each piece. Total payout, $7,200. I took a check, went straight to my credit union, opened a new savings account that only had my name on it, deposited the full amount. Then I went to Microcenter. New build, significantly better than before. RTX 4080 instead of 3080. Ryzen 9 7950X instead of 5900X. 64 GB of RAM instead of 32 GB because why not? 2 TB Gen 4 NVMe SSD for my main drive. Better water cooling system with a larger radiator. Premium case with better airflow and cable management. Total came to about $4,300. I used some of the remaining money for a Herman Miller Aeron chair I'd been wanting for 3 years, a new 32-inch 4K monitor to replace my old 27-inch, some professional cable management supplies, a UPS battery backup system, and some other quality of life upgrades. I spent the next day and a half rebuilding. My friend Derek came over to help with the water cooling loop installation. By the end of the second day, I had a better setup than I'd ever dreamed of having. I took all the receipts from the bag sales. Each individual receipt showing exactly what I'd sold, the authentication verification, and what I'd received for it. I placed them in her closet. Each receipt positioned exactly where a bag used to sit. Just paper showing what was gone and what I'd gotten for it. She'd been texting periodically asking when she could come home. I'd been responding with soon and not much else. She was coming back tomorrow morning. Update 1. She came back around 10 a.m. Used her key. I was at my desk working on a code review. New rig running whisper quiet and absolutely flawlessly. Oh, so you're talking to me now. She dropped her overnight bag on the couch with a dramatic thud. I cannot believe you made me stay at Brooke's place for 3 days over a stupid prank. Do you know how uncomfortable her couch is? It's like sleeping on concrete blocks. I barely slept at all. My back is completely destroyed. I kept typing. Didn't turn around. Really? The silent treatment. What are you, 12 years old? She walked toward the bedroom. I need to change. I have a content planning meeting with some potential brand sponsors this afternoon and I need my... Then I heard it. The scream. Where are my bags? I saved my work, minimized my IDE windows, turned my chair around slowly. She was standing in the closet doorway, trembling, holding the receipts. Her face was crimson, actually shaking with rage. You sold them. Her voice was getting higher, more shrill. You sold my bags. You sold my limited edition Louis Vuitton Neverfull. The one I waited 8 months for. The one that was impossible to get. Yeah. Got $900 for that one. Pretty good considering retail was $1,400. That cost me $1,400. Yeah, resale value is always lower than retail. Basic economics. That's how depreciation works. You sold my Gucci. You sold my Prada. You sold my Chanel. She was flipping through receipts frantically, her hands shaking. All of them. You sold all of them. Every single one. How could you? Those were mine. I bought those with my money. I saved for those. And I built that rig with my money. I saved for that. Guess we're even. That's completely different. How? Those bags were special. They were limited edition. I saved up for months for some of them. Years for the Chanel. They appreciate in value. You can't just replace them. Funny. That rig was special to me too. I spent months building it. Custom water cooling I designed myself after learning how to bend PETG tubing. Can't replace that either. Had to build something new from scratch. She looked like she might actually pass out. Her face went from red to pale in seconds. You can't just sell people's things. That's theft. That's illegal. I'm calling the police. And you can't just destroy people's property. But you did. So here we are. Call them if you want. Get them back. Right now. Can't. They're sold. That's how selling things works. That's the whole point. Then give me the money. Used it. Her eyes went wide, actual horror on her face. You what? Used it to build a new rig. Someone destroyed my old one, so I needed a replacement. Remember. You spent my money. It wasn't your money. It was money I got from selling bags to replace a computer you destroyed. Very straightforward transaction. I'm calling the police. This is theft. This is criminal. Go ahead. Please do. I'll show them the video you took of destroying my $3,200 rig. I'm sure they'll be very interested in watching that. Criminal destruction of property. I think there's also filing a false police report if you lie about the circumstances. She froze. Phone in her hand. You could literally see her brain working through the implications. Realizing that calling the cops meant explaining everything. Meant showing them her prank video. Meant admitting what she'd done. You're a monster. How could you do this to me? I thought you loved me. How could you destroy my computer for TikTok likes? That was a prank. It was supposed to be funny. Couples do pranks. Destroying $3,200 of someone's property isn't funny. It's vandalism. It's criminal mischief. It was a joke. You're supposed to laugh. You're supposed to see the humor. Did you pay for the computer you destroyed? What? Simple question. Did you pay for any of it? Did you contribute even $1 to buying or building it? That's not. Did you? No. But. Then you destroyed something that wasn't yours and that you couldn't afford to replace. I sold things to get money to replace what you destroyed. That's not theft. That's consequences. My bags were important to me. My rig was important to me. You called it a toy. Told me to grow up. Said I should touch grass. Tears started running down her face, actual sobbing. How could you be so cruel? Those bags were my collection. I spent years building that collection. I spent months building that rig. You destroyed it while laughing and filming my reaction. I need those bags for content. For my brand. For my influencer career. And I need a computer for work. For my actual job that pays actual money and benefits. This isn't the same thing. You keep saying that, but you won't explain how it's different. Because my bags they were mine. You can't just. Your bags were in my apartment. You destroyed my property. I sold other property to replace it. Pretty straightforward cause and effect. She grabbed some clothes, stuffed them into her gym bag with shaking hands. You're going to pay for this. I'm going to make you pay. You'll see. You haven't heard the end of this. She left. Another door slammed that rattled the windows. I got a text maybe an hour later from Brooke, her best friend. Brooke, what did you do? She's sobbing uncontrollably. How could you sell her bags? She loved those bags more than anything. Me, she destroyed my $3,200 computer for a prank video. Brooke, okay, and? It's just a computer. Those bags were her collection. She spent years building that collection. Me, I spent months building that rig. She destroyed it while laughing for content. Brooke, you're being vindictive. This is emotional abuse. You're punishing her for making a simple mistake. Me, destroying someone's property for internet content is abuse. Selling things to replace destroyed property is consequences. Brooke, she was making content. That's her job. That's her dream. Me, she has 2,000 followers and a day job at an agency. That's a hobby, not a career. And my rig was for my actual job that pays our rent. Brooke, you're a horrible person. I hope she leaves you. You don't deserve her. Me, she's welcome to. The locks still work. Her key still works. I'm not stopping her. She stopped responding. A couple hours later, got a text from Madison. Madison, my mom wants to talk to you about what you did. Me, not interested. Madison, you owe me for my bags. 8 bags. Do you have any idea how much those cost? Me, I know exactly how much they cost. Less than the computer you destroyed. Even at resale value, I got $7,200. Your little prank cost me $3,200. So actually, you still owe me for the time and labor I invested in building it. Madison, that's not how this works. Me, that's exactly how this works. You destroy my stuff. I replace it. You want your bags back. Build me a time machine so you can undestroy my rig. Madison, I'm going to sue you. Those weren't your bags. Me, that wasn't your computer. Madison, I'm done with you. Me, okay. She didn't respond after that. Radio silence for the rest of the day. Update 2. Her mom called me around 8 p.m. I let it go to voicemail. The message was something else. How dare you? Those bags were gifts from her late grandmother. You stole from my daughter. This is criminal theft. I'm getting a lawyer. You better call me back right now or you'll be hearing from my attorney. You have until tomorrow to return every single bag or replace them with brand new ones at full retail price. Interesting claim. Her grandmother is very much alive and lives in Phoenix. She definitely didn't buy Madison 8 designer bags. Madison bought all of them herself with her own paychecks. She posted about each purchase. Documented every single one. Treated myself to this beauty. Finally saved enough for this dream bag. Every single one documented on her Instagram with dates and stores. I deleted the voicemail. Next morning around 11 a.m., Madison showed up with her mom in tow. Her mom, Victoria Sterling, looks exactly like you'd expect. Highlighted blonde hair styled perfectly, Lululemon everything, massive sunglasses indoors, that energy that screams she's used to getting what she wants by speaking to managers. I opened the door. They pushed inside before I could say anything. Where is my daughter's property? Not a question. A demand. A command. Which property are we talking about? Her bags. The ones you stole. Didn't steal anything. I sold items that were in my apartment to replace my damaged property. Those were hers. The computer she destroyed was mine. Madison cut in, her voice shrill. Mom, he sold them. He sold all of them. Every single one. He got like $7,000 for them. $7,000? Her mom's eyes went wide. You're giving her that money right now. This instant. Nope. What do you mean, nope? I used it to replace the computer your daughter destroyed. You had no right to touch her things. She had no right to destroy mine. But she did it anyway. While laughing. While filming. That was a prank. She was making content for her career. Her career. I couldn't help but laugh. She has 2,000 followers. That's not a career. That's a hobby she does on weekends when she's not working her actual job. She's an influencer. She's a social media marketing coordinator at a boutique agency. Influencing is what she does in her spare time when she's not fulfilling her actual job responsibilities. Madison's face was turning red. That's not, I'm building my brand. Those bags were part of my aesthetic. Part of my brand identity. Cool. Build a new brand. One that doesn't involve destroying other people's property for views. Victoria stepped closer to me, invading my personal space. Do you have any idea what those bags were worth? Some of them were limited edition. You can't just replace them. The Chanel alone was worth over $3,000. Couldn't replace my rig either. It was custom built over months. I had to build a completely new one from scratch. A computer is a computer. You can buy another one anywhere. And bags are bags. She can buy more. There are stores. Those were special. Those were investment pieces. So was my rig. I spent 3 years with that machine. Built it myself, maintained it, upgraded it, customized it. It was mine. I knew every component intimately. You're being ridiculous. It's just a toy. Funny. That's exactly what your daughter said right before I sold her bags. Madison grabbed her mom's arm. Mom, he's not going to listen. He's being a petty, vindictive jerk on purpose. He's doing this to hurt me. I'm being practical. You destroyed something expensive. I sold something expensive to replace it. Simple mathematics. Victoria pulled out her iPhone, brandishing it like a weapon. I'm calling the police right now. Okay. She froze, confused. What? I said okay. Call them. I'll show them the video your daughter took of destroying my property. The video where she's laughing and filming my reaction. Then I'll show them the receipts from selling her bags. Then we'll see what they say about who committed a crime. You can't prove she destroyed anything. Actually, I can. She filmed it. It's on her phone. Probably backed up to iCloud. She was trying to decide if she could still salvage the content somehow. Edit around the destruction maybe. Make it look like an accident. Madison's face went pale. Her mom looked at her sharply. You have video of you breaking his computer? It was for a prank, Mom. It was supposed to be funny. It was supposed to go viral. I was going to get millions of views. And now it's evidence of criminal destruction of property, I said. So yeah, please call the cops. I'm actively encouraging it. Please do. They didn't call. Victoria tried a different approach, her voice softening artificially. You're destroying my daughter. She's devastated. She can't eat. She can't sleep. She's having panic attacks. This is abuse. She destroyed my property while laughing and filming my reaction for TikTok. I sold her property to replace mine. If that's abuse, what do we call what she did? That was different. How? Because she's a girl. You're a man. You should be the bigger person. You should be mature about this. I am being the bigger person. I didn't press charges for destruction of property. I didn't sue her in small claims court. I didn't blast her on social media. I just replaced what she destroyed using available resources. You stole her bags. She destroyed my computer. We went in circles like that for another 10 minutes. Same arguments. Same circular logic. Same refusal to see how their actions had consequences. Finally, Victoria grabbed Madison's arm. Come on, sweetheart. This person isn't worth your time. We'll figure this out. We'll contact a real lawyer who knows actual law. I want my bags back, Madison whimpered. I know, baby. We'll get them back. Or we'll make him pay for new ones. We'll sue him for everything he's worth. They left. Victoria made sure to slam the door extra hard. Got a text an hour later. Madison, my mom's lawyer says what you did is theft and conversion of property. You have to pay me back $10,000 for all my bags or face legal consequences. Me, your mom's lawyer should explain that you committed criminal mischief first. Destruction of property over $1,000 is a felony in this state. What I got from your bags doesn't even cover what you destroyed when you factor in the time I spent building it and the emotional distress. Madison, it was a prank. That's protected speech. Me, no, it's not. Madison, yes, it is. Pranks are free speech. First Amendment. Me, destruction of property isn't protected by free speech. That's not how the law works. At all. Madison, you can't just sell someone's things without permission. Me, you can't just destroy someone's property for views. Madison, see the pattern here. You keep admitting it. Me, I'm taking you to court. Me, great. Bring the video. I'm sure the judge will love watching you destroy $3,200 worth of equipment while laughing and calling it a toy. Should play really well. She stopped responding. Her friends kept trying though. Messages rolling in all afternoon and evening. Random friend 1, you're disgusting. How could you do this to her? Those bags were everything to her. You're a psychopath. Me, she destroyed my $3,200 computer for a prank video. I sold her bags to replace it. Random friend 2, you're abusive and controlling. She deserves better. I hope she leaves you and finds someone who actually appreciates her. Random friend 3, okay, and it's just a computer. Those bags were her collection. She spent years building that collection. They were limited edition pieces. Me, I spent months building that rig. She destroyed it while laughing. Want to explain how that's different? Random friend 3, because computers are replaceable. Those bags were limited edition. Some of them you literally can't buy anymore. Me, I had to build a new rig. She can buy new bags. Same situation. Random friend 3, it's not the same. Me, explain how it's different. She couldn't. None of them could. They just blocked me instead. Madison's Instagram went private. Her TikTok too. Then she deleted all her recent posts. The ones about bags. The ones about her collection. The ones about being a luxury lifestyle influencer. The ones where she showed off her investment pieces. All gone. That was 2 days ago. Haven't heard from her since. Final update. She showed up one last time. With a police officer. Not to arrest me. The officer explained he was there for a civil standby, basically just supervising while she collected her remaining belongings. He looked like he'd rather be literally anywhere else. Tired eyes. Probably end of shift. Those designer bags he sold were mine, Madison told him immediately, pointing at me accusingly. He stole them and sold them without my permission. That's theft. The cop looked at me with those exhausted eyes. Sir. I sold bags that were in my apartment to replace my computer that she destroyed. She destroyed your computer? His eyebrows went up slightly. Yeah. For a prank video. She filmed it. The cop looked back at Madison. You destroyed his computer. It was a joke. It was content. It was supposed to be funny. Her voice was defensive. Was it expensive? I mean, it was just a computer. How much could it cost? How much? The cop was looking at me now. About $3,200. I built it myself over several months. Custom parts. Water cooling. The whole thing. His eyebrows went up significantly. And you destroyed this, for a video. It was supposed to be funny. It was supposed to go viral. I was building my brand. Did it go viral? Madison's face flushed. That's not the point. How much were the bags worth? He was looking at me again. She paid over $10,000 for all of them total. I got $7,200 at resale. Consignment takes 30% commission. The cop turned back to Madison slowly. So let me get this completely straight. You destroyed $3,200 of his property. He sold $7,200 worth of yours to replace it. And you're calling this theft? Yes. Those were MY bags. And the computer was his property. Yes, but... The cop rubbed his face tiredly. Ma'am, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If you push this, if you try to press charges, you're opening yourself up to criminal charges. Destruction of property over $1,000. Criminal mischief. Potentially felony level depending on how the DA wants to charge it. What he did looks like restitution. You want my professional advice? Get your remaining stuff and move on. Let this go. But he stole. He sold property in his residence to replace property you destroyed on video. That's not theft. That's consequences for your actions. The cop looked at his watch pointedly. You've got 20 minutes to get your stuff. I'm not standing here all day for a domestic dispute over bags and computers. Madison looked like she wanted to argue more. The cop's expression made it crystal clear he was done with this situation. She started grabbing things. Clothes, toiletries, books, her laptop, her ring light, her camera equipment. Threw everything into boxes hastily. The cop helped her carry them to her car. I think he genuinely just wanted this over with. Before he left, he handed me his card. You got documentation of all this? Photos of the destroyed computer. Receipts from selling the bags. Receipts from the rebuild. Everything. Photographed the destruction before I cleaned it up. Kept all the receipts from the consignment store. Kept all the receipts from buying new components. Good. Keep all of it. If she tries anything else, call this number, reference this incident number. He pointed to the number on the card. My guess is this is done. But people surprise you sometimes. Especially when they're embarrassed. He left. Got a text maybe an hour later. Madison, I hope you're happy. You ruined my life. Me, you destroyed my computer and laughed about it. Madison, we both made choices. Me, yeah, we did. Madison, I can't replace those bags. Some of them were limited edition. Do you understand that? They literally don't make them anymore. Me, I can't replace that rig either. It was custom built over months with specific parts one hunted for during a shortage. Had to build something completely new. Same as what you'll have to do. Madison, it's not the same thing at all. Me, you keep saying that. Still haven't explained how it's different. Madison, because my bags were valuable. They appreciated in value. They were an investment. Real investments. Me, and my rig was a tool I used to make money at my actual job. Also an investment. Probably more practical than yours since it generates income. Madison, you're horrible. I can't believe I wasted 2 years with you. Me, feelings mutual. At least I learned something valuable. Madison, what? Me, don't date people who think destruction of property is content creation. She blocked me after that. Her friends tried a few more times over the next couple of days. Variations of the same thing. How terrible I am. How I'm petty and cruel and vindictive. How those bags meant everything to her. How I destroyed her dreams of being an influencer. I stopped responding. What's the point? They're never going to see it from any perspective but hers. Madison's Instagram stayed private for a while. Her TikTok stayed private. Then she deleted both completely and started fresh accounts under a different username. 0 followers. No content. Just gone. Complete rebrand. Heard through mutual friends that she's living with her mom now. Victoria is apparently still talking about legal action, consulting with lawyers, building a case. But nothing's actually happened. Because we both know how that would actually go. She'd have to explain the video. Explain destroying my property. Explain that she filmed it for content. I thought about pressing charges myself. Criminal mischief. Destruction of property. It's all documented. The video she took. The photos I took of the aftermath. The receipts showing replacement costs. But honestly, I got my restitution. Built a better setup. She lost her bag collection. We're done. It's over. Is it fair? Yeah, I think it's fair. She destroyed something I valued while laughing and filming for internet points that never materialized. Told me to grow up when I got upset. Called my work computer a toy. Expected 0 consequences for her actions. Got consequences instead. Lost her precious bags. Lost her boyfriend. Lost her attempt at influencer credibility when people in her circle found out what actually happened. The new rig runs absolutely perfectly, by the way. RTX 4080 is incredible for both work and gaming. The extra RAM makes running multiple VMs simultaneously smooth as butter. Water cooling is quieter than my old setup. The Herman Miller chair is worth every single penny, my back pain is completely gone. The new monitor makes code review so much easier on my eyes. Sometimes I think about what she'd say if she could see it. Probably call me petty for upgrading with her bag money. But it wasn't her money. It was money from selling property to replace property she destroyed. That's not petty. That's just practical. That's just cause and effect. She wanted to make content. I made consequences. She didn't like the results. Not my problem. To everyone saying I went too far, she destroyed $3,200 of my property while laughing and filming for content that never went anywhere. I sold her stuff to replace it. That's not going too far. That's being proportional. That's being fair. To everyone saying I should have just broken up with her immediately, maybe. But I don't regret making her face actual consequences first. Actions have consequences. She needed to learn that. And to Madison, if you're reading this somewhere on whatever new account you created, you played stupid games. Won stupid prizes. Your bags are gone because you destroyed my rig. Your relationship is gone because you valued TikTok views over basic respect for other people's property. Your moral high ground is gone because a cop literally told you that you committed a crime and I didn't. You wanted viral content. You got consequences instead. Just not the way you wanted. Enjoy rebuilding your collection. It'll probably take you as long as it took me to build my original rig. Years of saving. Months of waiting for restocks. The satisfaction of finally acquiring each piece. We're done here.